Well, here is the star of the show. This is the Miracle-Gro universal feeder, the Liqua-Feed. And what it is basically a very, very cheap, very inexpensive fertilize injector feeder for your inline hose, or it can be your lawn, it can be whatever you're watering with a water hose. You can have it on the end of a sprayer, just a water nozzle, watering your flower beds, or it can be on a sprinkler system, an oscillating sprinkler, watering your yard. On mine, in this case, it's on a irrigation system. I was going to start to say drip. It's really not drip, but it's an irrigation system that I've come up with, and I'm going to use this on there. It comes. Let's just go ahead and unbox it here. It comes with, this is where you put this end of the bottle, goes in here, your hose from your hydrant, or this either screws on your hydrant or it screws on the hose, depending on how you set it up. Screws on here, the out is there, it's got an in and an out, the out is on the bottom, and in this case, they've got a cap on it. It's not a cap, but it's just to hold it in place in the box. Let me get a little tripod set up so I can do this with two hands. Okay, so we've taken it out of the box. Got a little, just pull this out. That is your LiquaFeed. That is your fertilizer. Very convenient bottles, but they get a little pricey, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to remedy that and use this bottle over and over again, or even more importantly, I'm going to show you how you can put a bigger bottle on it. But it's got a little tab right there. Push on that tab and then bring it out after you've unscrewed that yellow thing on the bottom. And basically, again, your feeder, take the cap off of it. The feeder's got that little hole there that when you put it in here, it I don't know whether it pierces it or however, but it put it in here, then it starts the flow of fertilizer from here into your hose line system. This also depends on your faucet. It'll turn if your faucet is sideways. If your faucet is like this, then you're going to want, because the bottle has to be up vertical, you can turn it like this. If your faucet is this way, then you can put your faucet, tie it into your faucet here, put your feeder bottle in there. So let's hook it up. The hose also has a switch on it where if all you want to do is water, you can leave it hooked up. If all you want to do is water your plants, then you just click it on water. If you want to fertilize your plants, then you click it on that. So we'll put it on water for right now, but we're going to hook this up and do some watering in the garden. So here it is hooked up. You can hear it, the water moving through it. Right now I've got it on just water. I don't have it on feed fertilizer. For me, it's a little top heavy, especially if I want to put a larger bottle on it. This was wanting to sag down, because I don't have it tight enough on the faucet right there. I didn't have a wrench. I tightened it up pretty doggone tight, but I didn't have a wrench. So again, we're on water. Let me turn it on feed. I want to see how long it takes for this to empty, and then I'll know. Well, I'll just know about a few things, and we'll share that in just a minute. Let's turn it on to feed. I don't know what the clicking's all about, but I assume it's doing something. And let me show you the application I'm using as far as what I'm watering and how I'm watering it. I'm watering pumpkins and peas. These are purple hull peas, and it's I think a Connecticut small pumpkin or something like that, sugar pumpkin. And what I've done, I've got, this is my irrigating system, and if it looks pretty neat to you, then you are absolutely right, because it is. It's a PVC pipe that I've got holes drilled all the way down it, down the row. And then I've got some fittings here that just slide on and off. I've got a video on that, pretty detailed video showing how to build this. And if watch the video and you'll see that if you have a garden, this is something you want to make for yourself. Look up there for right now. Look up there. That's where the video will show up, the little card. But also at the end of it, I'll put an end screen right around here that shows the link to this video of building that irrigation system out of PVC. Should last for a long, 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 long time. Let's go back and look at the bottle and see if it's how fast it's dissipating. So it took about 10 minutes to empty it. Now I only emptied it to right about there. I'll tell you why in just a second. There's a reason for that. But it took about 8 minutes actually, and so I figured 10 minutes to empty all the way out, which again I've got some left in it. But I'm gonna let the water run simply because it's 100 degrees and they need the water. But I'm through fertilizing for right now. I'm gonna take this off, and then I'm gonna show you why I want to keep a sample of this product here, the product that comes with it. Now some of you may not care about, you may want to just strictly use this, and that's fine. It depends on whether you're a person who thinks about expense or thinks about convenience. It's just convenient to buy these things and put it on there. It's not necessarily expensive, it depends on how many times you fertilize, but for me, I've got a big garden, it would be expensive for me. So I'm gonna find another way, and I'm gonna show you that other way, and that's why I'm keeping that little bit of a sample of this product. I'll show you why in just a second. So using the bottle that they provide, the Liqua-Feed bottle, worked well. I can't tell a dramatic difference in my veggies, but that's okay, it's a little early. But again, these Liqua-Feed bottles are a little pricey. If you worry, if you're concerned a little bit more about, if you're concerned, as I said before, if price is a concern more so than convenience, then you might be interested in what I'm going to do now. What I've done is taken the top off this bottle, and that is the top, that is the little feeder top that allows it to, I'm sure it's got a little air vent and whatever to allow it, when you invert the bottle, allow it to pull air as well as empty the product. So pull that off, and all you have to do is just, it's just in there. Just pry it up with a dull knife, the edge of a butter knife or something like that. It comes off pretty easy. Screwdriver work. So what I've done, I put a tablespoon, I went down and bought some Miracle Grow, 5 pounds, a tablespoon of the tablespoon they provide with their Miracle Grow. And I put a tablespoon of the product in here. Now you can't really tell, or I can't, the ratio. Some of them I can tell me better. 1 ounce and 16 ounces, is it going to be the same, what is it, 16, 12, 12, 12, or whatever it is. Okay, so it says it's 12-4-8. That is the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, in 12-4-8. So maybe you can do calculations better than me. 1 ounce in 16 ounces, I don't know how that computes. So what I did was put a tablespoon in here, which is what that is. Actually, it's 1.5 tablespoons, I think it says. 1.5 tablespoons. In the bottle, shook it up, mixed it up, put it in the, poured it out. Here is the color. This is the original. What I wanted to do was kind of get my color to match their color, but they kind of tricked me. I think they knew I was going to do this. And they tricked me and made theirs green instead of blue. So, but mine seems to be denser than theirs. Theirs looks more watery, I mean clearer than mine, but they may have started with a liquid. But I don't think so, because there are little sediments. You can see the sediments in theirs. So I think they started with a powder tube. Anyway, this is the powder. Mine looked like it mixed up as good or better than theirs. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon. You know what? It's really hard to overdose a plant on Miracle-Gro. And since this is going through an irrigation system that's putting out a lot of water, and this is a little bottle putting out a lot of water in a system, going gallons and gallons and gallons of water, I think I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons in here, mix it up, pour it, put the little lid on it and use it with my system, and just, I think I'll be good. 1 tablespoon, just with that many gallons going through, and I don't know how many gallons it is going through that system, but it's, you know, it's multiple. With just a tablespoon and a half, I just think that's a little weak. Now that's just me thinking that, maybe not you thinking that. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do my peas, my pumpkins, and what my plan is to get a 2-liter bottle or something like that and put that on there and have a bigger receptacle, bigger reservoir of fertilizer, but that will not fit in a 2-liter bottle. It won't, at least it won't in a Sprite. I've got maybe 1 or 2 others to try, but that won't fit. Dadgummit. Anyway, so I'll have to use this and just have to pop it off each time, and I'll use a funnel. Funnel puts the Miracle-Gro in there and shake it up, and it's ready for the system. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll pour this back in there. Put another of their 1.5, so there'll be 3 tablespoons in here. 3 tablespoons in here, going through my system. Only took about 10 minutes to go through the whole system. Again, I left some of it out because I wanted to document the color of it. Got some zipper cream peas. Wanted to document the color. So that's why they're 2 different colors. That's why I didn't let this empty out the other day when I did my first test. I may wind up going to Haas. Haas has a fertilizer injection system that's really not all that expensive, and I may just go to Haas and get one of those and try it, because it's got a much larger reservoir, and I think can water a lot more without the hassle of refilling this and watering for 30 minutes or 45 minutes and refilling this and watering for 30, because it's going to run out in 10 minutes, and the rest of the time you're just watering, which is okay. It needs watering anyway this time of year. So anyway, that's it. 2 different colors. This is the store-bought Miracle-Gro. That is that. This came from the original bottle, from the Miracle-Gro Liqua-Feed injection system. All right, so I'm gonna put it out there, and I don't know whether we'll see any results right away or not, but that's what I'm doing. This was the experiment. I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons here and just see what it does. Very hard to overdose a plant with Miracle-Gro. It's just not that strong. You're diluting it so much in the water that I've never. In fact, you're supposed to actually spray it on the plants too. Let them foliar feed also, as well as root feed. Anyway, that's the plan, is to do this, and we'll just see how it goes. I don't know that I'm going to be able to show you any visible results, but this is just what I've done, and it may be something you want to try to do too. The Miracle-Gro LiquaFeed liquid plant food system, injection system. That's what it is. So that's it. I guess we're gone, and I may do a subsequent video in a few days or a week or so, and show you if I've, tell you if I've seen any difference, or if there's any problem with the thicker 3 tablespoons in this, if there's any problem with it feeding down through, whether it gets stopped up. I don't think it will, but just don't know. We'll see. I'll make sure I try to dissolve it as well as I can. But again, that one's got some sediment in it too. In fact, theirs has more sediment than mine, looks like. So that's it. We'll back off and show you the whole shebang, And that's what we're trying to do. A cheap fertilizer injection system on that modular irrigation system that I built. All right, we're going.